write a 5 in the chat if you would say like, yes, I already have a personal brand. And a 0 if you said, I don't have a personal brand. And a 1 if you say, I'm not sure yet. Okay, we have here 20 people, 22 people. So I see 1, 1, 1, 0, and Simona with the 5. Perfect. And the rest is not sure, or he doesn't find the 1, the 0, or the 5 on the keyboard. That also can happen from time to time. That's perfect. So, Mats, okay, perfect. Simona and the 3. Okay, that's also cool. If the one who puts in the 5, would you like to share your personal brand? You don't have to.
Or can I talk?
Yes, you can talk.
Yeah, as I am a mom of 3, then my brand evolves around family and having adventures with family and representing how other moms can do online business so they could be more with their kids.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Mats, you want to also share? Okay, I count.
Yes, hello.
Yes, I
Can you
hear a
hear me?
voice. Yes.
Yeah, my brand is self-development.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So we will come to this today, and the one thing is what I give you. I will give you two things today. First of all, you will get some questions how you can find your brand. Are you open for this? The second is I will give you all the things you need to get your branding or your brand story. Because what you need is a story you can tell everyone, right? And also you get a framework what you should put in your social media account. So a lot of things to do. Okay. And the last task for today is like, if you're happy with that, please do a screenshot of the call, put it on social media, and talk about what you learned today, and say, okay, amazing training, da 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 da, and also tag me. Right? That's the task for today, because we want to test some. So the first thing what we do and what you go through and is reverse engineer your long-term goal, right? Reverse engineer your long-term goal. So write down the question, what do I want to have to happen? So what is your goal in 5 years? Do you want to drink martinis on the beach bar? Do you want to fly helicopter? Do you want to sit on a yacht? I don't know. But the point is you have to be super specific. So what is the ultimate goal you're working towards? So, and here, don't have your big goal, your big personal goal, and now put down your business goal. So, do you want to be the biggest leader in da 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 da? Do you are driving Bugatti? Okay, so that's also nice. So, do you want to be known as the most, the best well-known person for self-development? Do you want to be the mompreneur of the world? Does everyone understand what I mean with this? So you have to be clear, what do I want? And do you know what's interesting? Knowing what to want is actually the hard part. Getting it's much easier. Because you have to be super clear, do I really want this from the core of my soul? Because I guess everything or the hard thing is, you are exactly there where you want to be at the moment, right? Is everyone agreeing? You are at this position, at this place where you are at the moment. Otherwise, you already would have changed. Even if you said, Sasha, I don't hate you for this sentence because I may be struggling financially at the moment. The point is like, yeah, but if you really would not agree with this situation, you would have done something differently. And that's hard, I know. But we all are here to grow, right? That's the big thing. So, to be on stage with Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, Fraser Brooks, Ed Milet, JT Fox as a speaker. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So, then the next question is, what do I have to be known for in order for that to happen? So, if you want to be the #1 personal self-development speaker, what needs to happen, or what do I have to be known for in order for that to happen? Whom do I need to be? And I know today, yeah, it's a lot of questions. Sorry for that. We will come back later with some Q&As if you have special questions for Saga. By the way, do you have some special questions for Saga at the moment? Then put it in the chat. Meanwhile, I will answer the other questions, all right? Okay, so what do I have to do in order to be known for that? That's the third question. So, for example, if you want to be talking on the stage, you should be known as a very good, energetic person speaking on stage, right? I could not do the personalized names when sending email broadcast. Okay. Okay. And the last question for you is, what do I need to learn? And to get there a little bit more clearer, you can write down what are the key moments in your life that maybe pivot your complete career, that shaped your belief and your direction. Is there something in your past where at one moment you said, like, I took the decision, I was employed, and then I had this and this and this, and then it changed everything? So spot your transformation. What challenges or gaps did you overcome? And which milestone did you already achieve? So did you achieve something special? And remember, every one of you achieved something. Sometimes you don't see it because you have a topic of self-worth, but that's a different one, right? So now the interesting part comes. It's like putting together your brand framework story. Question #1 is, why do you or your brand exist? Why is this important? For example, Nike saw a gap in performance shoes and start creating them, because Phil Knight was also a runner, but he saw the shoes and said, like, I'm unhappy with this. The reason why Saga was invented, because we want to do network marketing more professional, and said, like, hey, we want to systematize and helping teams to win and scale their business. And therefore we need a system, and therefore we need a software, and there's no software on the market who can do that. So that was the pain and the problem we were facing while we were starting doing Saga. Is everyone aware of this? So the question in your life is, Why did you start with network marketing? Who of you were so bored at home? I said, I had so much money and I was like, I have nothing to do, so I start network marketing. Or is there some other reasons behind that? So the next one is your core belief. What makes you different? Why should people care? What makes you so unique? And again, here are some people super afraid of position yourself, but it's very, very important. And the point here is, why is this all so important? It's super simple. Let's finish number 3. Number 3 is the proof. How do you reinforce your identity over time? So you have the existing of your brand. So you say like, I wanted to change my life and now I want to help other people to do the same, for example. So what are the consistent actions you are doing? What examples do you have where you prove that you can maybe help other people? That your brand is fulfilling the needs of the people. Do you understand what I mean with this? If you said like, I have a product that helps people to lose weight, and this is your brand, should you show all the time? Results of people losing weight. Is everyone understanding this? If you said my brand is helping people to make money with trading, then of course you should always show examples where people made money with trading. And I don't recommend doing that, but it's just like an example. Does everyone understand? This is only an example. Oh, is your son is playing tennis? Not anymore?
He was playing tennis until 22 when he got operated the hip. So after coma, I have to make a solution to find a way. So in 2007, joined a company, saved my life, the health after surviving the coma, and helped me with the government income that I had by working in Afghanistan, all these things, and making him like a tennis professional. Coming to Spain and Mallorca in 2012, he had to make operation because the team of Rafa Nadal find out the hip is not okay. So all this Austrian German specialist was not able to find it out. We come to Spain, they find out. So I am grateful for network marketing because thanks to network marketing, I opened my mind. I was able to do a lot of things without having troubles. It was not easy. And I will say every single mom should consider to do network marketing as a profession, not as a market or supermarket. I go there to buy apples or whatever. So it's for me, network marketing is the best profession right now ever because you have the chance to make something that nobody, you don't depend on anyone. You need to learn, you need to be coachable, and you need to let somebody else who is better than you to show you the way. If you do that, you can have whatever you want. So I am in second company right now where I am started new and I can't wait to go back to be the same like in the first company. So ladies and gentlemen, you choose the right profession. There is no other profession that could give you this possibility. I am a lawyer, I'm a psychologist and therapist, I'm a profiler. No way you have that income. Maybe you will have the income, but the freedom to decide what you do, where you do, when you go, what you do, no way you have to other profession. Network marketing is number one.
Thank you. You need to have a story, and everyone hopefully has his own story, right? So the interesting part is some of you will say, I don't have a story, right? The problem is, every one of you has a story, but you are just too afraid to tell it. And that's the interesting thing here. The internet is not oversaturated, you are just too quiet. And you have to be here a little bit louder when it comes to your story and talking about your story. And today we will cover this a bit. Why is this important, and how you can update this for yourself. So interestingly is, you have to find for you 2 things people should connect to you when they hear your voice, when they see your face, when they see your content. Find 2 things people should connect to. That means, like, for example, if you want to be, says like, energetic. If you said like, I have a product which is energetic, for example, if this is your brand, what should you do and what should you not do? If you do a reel, it should not sound like this. Hello, my name is Sasha. I'm super excited and full of energy. And today I will tell you 5 tips on how you can have the same energy like me. Hopefully everyone understands the point what I try to make. Hopefully, maybe not. So it's very, very important. You write one word down. It's no, 2 words. Be intentional with everything you post on social media. Everything you do will come to your bank account of your brand. So if you do shitty content, you get a shitty brand. And if you see real geniuses in branding, they do everything super intentionally. And so you should do the same. For example, you can do multiple things, but you have to be clear what are the 2 things people should connect my name with me. For example, do you want to be super professional? Then, of course, there's a different way how you act, how your videos should look like, right? If you want to say, like, I want to be super natural, then you should not put on too many makeup. Does everyone understand that? But by the way, it's hard to say, women who wear makeup make more money. It's super sad to say that, but it's just like this. Guys, don't judge me on this. I just give you back some studies. So the other part is, what are the 2 things I don't want to be connected to? And there's also, be super intentional. For example, if you want to grow your brand and you want to be a lovely mom, and you do always reaction videos on, oh, did you see this? This is bullshit what he's saying. That will maybe get you a lot of reach and a lot of attention, but it will not be congruent to the brand you want to build up. Does everyone understand? Did you see already some reaction videos? So one person is looking at the video and then afterwards they're like, yeah, this is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. It gets a lot of attention, so it's cool for the reach, but it can sabotage your brand if you don't want to be this kind of person, right? So again, be super intentional. And the thing with the value or stuff like that, it's super entertaining. And there are some doctors who do some kind of no BS things, which kind of makes sense because a lot of other people talk a lot of really bullshit about, yeah, you should not do this, be careful about this. Whereas, yeah, okay. So in other words, every kind of food can be poison. Yeah, okay. So what does it help? So to bring there some balance into it, could make sense if it fits to your brand. So, and the last thing is there an emotion or is there a visual trigger you can put in your branding? What could that be? Maybe, for example, a hat. If you wear always a red hat, yes, Jen with her hair, for example. The point here is like, so that's really a big question. Do you want, what is the trigger? Interestingly, for example, what, look what I do here. If I do a call or something like that, it's always branded with Saga. I don't wear Gucci. I don't even have Gucci. I don't wear anything other names. It's completely, in my mind, a waste of energy if you don't put your own brand on a shirt when you do social media. Why? Because people look at it all the time, and you advertise for Nike, you advertise for maybe Gucci, for other but you don't make advertising for yourself. Why? Just a question. For example, I see Linda, she has a background, and I don't know if the background is advertising her company or not. I don't know. It's District 3 ADS. I don't understand what's the background. The question here is like, if she would do content, do you want that your product is always in the backside, or don't, or that can be super intentionally? Or you would say, no, I want to avoid that, because if someone finds me for the first time on social media and he sees directly an advertising of my product in the background, he could sense that I want to sell something, right? I just want you be super intentional with everything you do on social media. By the way, guys, is that helpful for you, or do you want to go to sleep? You can talk to me. You can say fire emoji is fine, and a zero or a sleepy emoji is bad.
Just the last statement, Sasha, that you made.
Yes.
So do you show you're saying you wear a shirt that reflects your company, and then you said
Here in Saga, because Saga is the brand. If I do social media, I never put in the company I'm working with. No hell I would do that, because then I make advertising for the company. I do, the only thing is like, I have a t-shirt where it's like life is better in shorts, because that is my claim. And this is the only one I would wear. I would not put in the company. Why? Otherwise, you do advertising for the company. Someone goes on Google and Googles the company and then buys from somewhere else. I would not do that. I cannot recommend that. People should stick to you. They want to fall in love with you, not doing advertising like we do for Nike.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, I have a question.
That's the handle. Yes?
Yeah, I I sent my question in the chat. I don't know if you say it or not. That was at the point where you said whatever we are selling or our businesses, we should show the results.
Yes.
Now, and you made mention of an example of trading, and you said you don't advise that we show it. I am a forex trader,
Yeah, yeah.
so my result is the profit that I make.
Yes.
And I try to add a disclaimer each time I
Of course.
post my
Makes super
profit.
sense.
Is that okay? Right?
Is that okay? That's always the question. The point here is, the interesting part is with trading. Let's go into psychology. In trading, what is, people are afraid because they have no clue how to trade, right? And there's always the big thing, I can lose so much money. So
Yeah.
What should you address? You should address exactly this kind of problems. So that means like, hey, there's the big story, feel, felt, found. At the beginning, I was super afraid of trading because I always heard about you can lose so much money, blah, blah, blah. But then I found the thing that actually trading is getting a part of a company, and that's pretty a solid system. And then I learned the basics and blah, 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 and this is the result. The interesting part is nobody wants money.
Hmm.
Nobody in the world wants money, right?
Hmm.
Who here in of you wants money? I guess nobody wants money. The thing is like you want to do something with the money, and that is the
Yeah.
feeling which is behind that. For
Hmm.
example, the single moms, they don't want money, they want the freedom to do whatever they want and have time with the loved ones, right? That is the one what you want. Or if you said, I want to have two houses, why? Because you want security. So
Hmm.
there's always an emotion behind that. And you should talk about the emotion and not about the process.
Making them
So,
okay.
so
Okay.
sell the vacation, not the journey.
All right. Thank you.
So, the one thing is what you have to put together is you have to find your brand story. And the brand story is the one thing where it's like, hey, what was the problem why this brand is existing? Where did you start? What happened? And how is it now? So that means like, did you hear Daniela? Daniela just shared a little bit of her story, right? Did everyone hear that?
Yes.
You have to do the same. And the point here is, and that's a super important point, facts don't sell. So it's absolute unimportant, all the facts. Nobody is interested in facts because people buy from you when they fall in love and trust you. And this is super, super, super important that facts don't make people feel anything. You can give someone 10 tips, 20 strategy, 5 real hooks. But if you don't wrap it up with meaning in you, it's forgettable. And don't get me wrong, facts are okay, but you have to merge them together with something which is unforgettable and that has to bring in some emotional story behind that. Stories turn content into connections. That is what builds loyalty, and that is what builds also sales. And that is also what builds a personal brand. So show people where you have been. Explain what you have learned. Highlight maybe emotional shakes of your journey. Did you hear that from Daniela, where she said like, yeah, I was in Mallorca, and then my son was close to become the #1 tennis player, and then he has some hip issues, and then he had to stop doing this and stuff like that. I think any mom can relate with this, because if you have a son who has a big dream and then you have to give up on the dream, that's a pretty hard thing, especially then when someone suffers also pain and stuff like that. So human brands are wired to stories. If you have no story, you don't have a soul. And what you need in your social media is bringing in some soul. And I know that some of you are super afraid of tell the story, or you have the feeling like my story is nothing special. So storytelling in future isn't optional, it's a mandatory. If you want to have more engagement, tell stories. If you want to have more sales, tell stories. If you want people to DM you out of somewhere and say like, I feel like you in my heart, tell more stories. Okay? So ask yourself these two things. Where do you come from? What is your core? Why is your brand existing? Then the next thing is like, what are your core beliefs? Or even, what are things you believe other people don't believe? And also, what are the elements that you maybe have proven what you are doing? Okay. So, the first homework, what you do is like do some kind of, I don't know how to say that, some kind of announcement post. And this announcement post will be on, especially or in Instagram. This one you put on the top and pin it on the top. So every time someone comes to your feed, he sees top left side your post, who you are, what's your brand, what you're serving, who this content is for. So a short introduction. You can do this as a reel. You can also do it as a carousel. The interesting part is, don't try to make it perfect. So I see some of your faces and say, yes, I will do this. But first, before I do photos, I have to go to the coiffeur, to the hairstylist. Don't do that. Write a 5 in the chat if you listen to this one. So do it super natural. And it doesn't have to be super fancy, because it will not change anything overnight. But the point is, it will help you to do the first step. And it's all about that. Who are you? Who have you become? And what you can things. What have you overcome? Who you helped? What do you believe? What are you building? What do you make different? Why you? So this is the first thing you have to do. Any questions for this homework? Who will do the homework? Put in the 77 in the chat. And please, so this is my, now today I'm really, so this is my Instagram handle. After you posted it, send it to me privately. So I will look at you and give you a feedback if you want. You don't have to do it, guys. It's just an offer. It's an irresistible offer, but it's an offer. So that is your positioning reel. Tell people your position. What is happening on this account? Who are you? Does everyone understand this? So, and now the interesting part comes. What you should not do is stop apologizing for being new. So, sorry for things, but now I do this. Don't do this, right? The next thing is, don't wait until it's perfect. Messy action builds trust and not a perfect. Nobody likes perfectionism. It's unreal. AI makes everything perfect, but it's boring. It's super easy. And after you did the post, you can forward your post to my Instagram account. Then I see it in the DMs. Only example about it. What's the question? My will be Norwegian. That's not a problem because my Norwegian is I'm learning Norwegian. That's without any problem. Just kidding. It's not important. It's all about the energy. It's not about the rest, guys. It's literally not important. Mert, what is the question? Please doing an example about it. Can you unmute and ask the question? What do you exactly mean?
I mean, this is what post we need to do. Just doing one example. How you do if you do, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
So you see no, you don't see it, so I have to cut away my beautiful background. So you see mine, so that's mine. That is like from continuous stress to freedom. And then I have here some pictures of my journey. When it started, I put in here the number, then what happened at what date, then what happened next, who I worked with, what happened then. Here, that's Jessica Lee. Then what happened this and this and that. That's one example. Does that help? Which was my background? I think that was okay. Back in the airport. So important. Last thing is, don't copy someone else. Make it sound like you. Exactly. You tell your story. Bring in, repeat your core messages over and over again. Infuse your personality. Bring in your values. If you say like, hey, I do this, for example, I lost 2 times my income because I was not willing to follow an order of someone else. When I started with network marketing, my boss before that I worked with, he said, "Oh, if you do network marketing, you have to do it with me." And I told him, "Bro, no way, I will do it with you because you're just my boss in this other thing. But in this network marketing, I do this with my friend." And from one day to another, he put away all my contracts and I lost 80% of my income. So one of my core values is freedom. And if someone comes up to me and says like, I cut away your freedom, I have a big problem, or I have yeah, I don't give up myself for money and kill my freedom for that. So that's a story and a pattern which always comes up again and again and again. Like that. So how I lost 40 kilos. Yeah, perfect. That's a good one. Do you recommend to use words like network marketing in your reels and profile? That's interesting. So I personally don't put in always network marketing because some people cannot do a lot of things with network marketing. I always prefer to say networking because nobody disagree when I said, yeah, networking is pretty important, right? Who of you would say like it's very important to have a good network? Everyone can needs a good network. So this, if I said like I do network marketing, sometimes people are a little bit scared. But the other thing is like it's always the energy how you say it. Because if I meet someone in person and he asks me, hey, what do you do? Sometimes I say, I do serious network marketing. And they say, what's serious? And I say, yeah, like always in every industry, there are black and white sheeps, and there's a super beautiful part because every business needs to master marketing, right? And here we learn and teach people how they create their own brand. Isn't that a beautiful industry? I think yes. And then it's fine. Do you usually do what you mean with do you usually? So are you, question for you guys, is that helpful today? Do you now have a clear path what you should do? So next time, by the way, next week there will be no community call because Matteo is getting married. Some of you know Matteo from I think 2 weeks ago. So he get married, and we have the meeting exactly on Wednesday. Actually, it's his bachelor party. So we said like, yeah, it's better we don't do a call there. But what we will do is like we are recording some videos, and we will also open up a YouTube channel where in future we give in more tips about building your brand, working with system and stuff like that. And so we will release a video on Wednesday next week. So same time, you can go there and start watching the first videos. And meanwhile, you can work on your brand. Because the important part is, if you really want to make this super like a circle, it's first you need to be aware what is your brand identity, right? Who do you want to be known for? Write the one in the chat if everyone understand that. Who do I want to be known for? That is the answer you have to find, part number 1. Part number 2 is, can I tell my brand story? So that is the catalyst, your core belief, and the proof. Put in a tool that you understand that you need to have a story. And interestingly, all of you are telling their stories not enough. Number 3 is, I want everyone to find something in your social media that in future everyone will recognize all the time. Jen already fulfilled this task with her hair. For example, she could always say like, hey, I always have this kind of background. I always wear this shirt because this is my color. For example, would wearing blue clothes work for this? Danny, it would work if it's really like something where you have some eye catcher. So it has to be always then some So the tactic here, it's peacocking. Yeah, blue is a friendly color, but it's not an attention color. Peacocking is like a peacock is the one with the feather, the big one. So everyone get, ooh, who's that? So that is like that. So what you could do is like, yes, you always have a cup of coffee in the hand. Could be something if you are related with this. Um, um, Whatever. Get a little bit crazy. Does everyone understand that? Be a little bit over it to grab at least a little bit more attention. Remember, you have to be a little bit more louder. And now I can tell you a very, very, very beautiful part is in 50 years, nobody will fucking care what you do. Oh, thankfully I say ducking instead of because Danny would say like, oh no, this is not for adults. It's a word. Don't forget. Don't listen. So, don't listen. So the point here is like because Sue looked a little bit afraid, where it's like, ooh, do something crazy. It's like, what will the neighbors say? They don't care. Nobody cares. And it's all about attention grabbing. It's the biggest thing you can do for your business. Attention is the big gold at the moment. So yeah, they don't exactly, they don't pay the bills. That's a good one. Good one. So think about it. What is the key element? Like I always want to be remembered for. What element do I put in? Does everyone understand that? I'm gonna and Cardone, who was screaming like crazy, asking how the net was no energy, no money. Yes, yeah, that's also. Remember Gary V. Gary V. It was cursing all the time, but it was fitting to his brand. I think now he's not cursing so much anymore, so he might get a little bit older, but he still always says like post like crazy, and he himself is also walk the talk. He's doing the same. So is everyone aware what you have to do? Is everyone excited for this? Yeah, I don't believe your words, guys. If everyone is aware, is everyone excited? Excitement looks a little bit different. Just saying. I'm kidding. Just makes a little bit jokes. Yes, Jessie was a triple. Yeah, she was falling into the energy bowl before every life. Um, what about wearing hats, but different ones? Yes. So the point here is how recognizable is the hat? Would it be better if always wearing the same hat? Why? Because they say, this is the guy with the hat where it's like, let's fucking go, or whatever. It's like, or whatever. It's a writing on the head. If every time you have a different head, then of course you can remember this person. This is the person with the crazy heads. Then it could be also a brand again. So you have to mimic it. The point here is like building a brand is only made by consistency, nothing else. You have to do it for hundreds to hundred times that people will remember it. So, by the way, if you do one post a month, it's not enough to do it for 3 months. That would be 3 posts. Good. Any more questions you have for this topic for today. Nope. Yeah, something to do. Daniela?
I don't have a question. I just would like to say something because you talk about brand and you talk about all these things. At the end of the day, if the people see you on social media that way and meet you on face-to-face different way, you're done. They will not trust you, zero. So the most important thing is be always you. Don't fake, don't copy, because my grandma used to say, it's fantastic to copy something, someone else, but a copy is a cheap thing. Always be the original, because nobody can be you. And the best things for you, it's you. So don't go there and copy whatever you copy there, because it's weird. I know Jessie Lee, for example, she was like going crazy. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, I cannot handle this woman. She don't care. So be you. That is my message to you. And my team, it's here and they know me. They hate me at the beginning, hate me now, love me later. Now they are addict, because when I am private, I am in the business, I am on the restaurant, for sure you act a little bit different. Just don't be different person than you are, because it's important. You have to be you.
Yeah. There's only one thing is like, if you know Jessie Lee personally, she was super quiet and nobody would care. Nobody would thinking that she's like an introvert person. The one thing is like, and Daniela is completely right, is be super authentic with your core beliefs. And you should not change in this. So don't say on the one hand, I love children, and then in private it's like, I hate these kids. No, then always hate kids or always love them. So, and of course, you can be a little bit different, because on social media, if you sell energy, you should not act like a sleeping pill. That is not congruent. So be the product of the product. That makes super sense. And then Jessie Lee had a very, she created her alter ego, which was Boss Lee, because it's like, hey, on social media, I need to be this kind of personality. Um, Beyonce has this Sasha Finance. Dwayne Johnson has The Rock created. Kobe Bryant created this Mamba mentality. So everyone has some kind of alter ego. But the important part is find out your core values and live them without any regret, because that is super true. If you have a belief and tell them on social media and someone meets you in person, it should be the same belief. Otherwise, it's it's a no-go. So thank you, Daniela. Thank you, everyone, for your attention. I'm looking forward coming you next time, everyone branded here. So, and I'm also looking forward. Feel free to make a screenshot, tag this. So the next one will be not 20th of August. There will be the YouTube. It will be 27th.
Ah, okay.
So next week is just some videos on YouTube, but you will get an email and the infos about that. So thank you, everyone. Should we post and tag me? Yes. No, you just tag me in the stories and then I will see it. Have a good one. Good evening. See you. Bye bye.